It is my pleasure to take this opportunity to both inform and celebrate our recent accreditation as a butterfly home. The butterfly model of care was pioneered over 20 years ago in the United Kingdom by Dementia Care Matters, and now has taken flight within our walls with the dedicated support of family, staff, volunteers, and our elected. This treasured accomplishment for our Butterfly Homestead represents the pinnacle of our ongoing pursuit of care delivery that is truly person-centered. Being person-centered means elevating care beyond physical comfort, nourishment, and safety. It means connecting with the person on an emotional level. It is a powerful way to reach each person who may be struggling with cognitive decline or memory deficit. It's all about fostering connections, celebrating individuality, and meeting each resident where they are at, in terms of whatever their perceived reality happens to be. It means striving to make the environment truly feel like home, a place where family, friends, staff, and volunteers can also feel at home.
Our Butterfly Homestead is about a place where there's a lot of life going on. It's a place where people with advanced dementia are living with the workers who come in and visit. I don't only see it, but I feel it. When you come onto this unit, it's a different environment, it's relaxed.
The butterfly approach coming to this home has been a huge benefit for the residents and the families, because I get a little emotional because they can see the outcomes of our positive interventions and the one-on-one time that we're now able to spend with them.
We started out with white beige walls in a very clinical setting, and we've transformed it to a colorful, vibrant, home-like area for our residents living at Miramichi Lodge. We started off by painting a lot of the rooms bright colors and planning themes from living rooms to retro kitchens, baby nurseries, retro diners, and just went from there to transform it into a home-like environment.
The lyrics that are on the walls are there to trigger memories for the residents on songs they listened to in the past. We always have music playing, and the residents oftentimes themselves will get up and start dancing on their own, and they'll grab us and we'll dance with them. And they smile and laugh, and we enjoy it as well, just as much as what they do. It makes our job fun.
All staff who work on the Butterfly Homestead here at Miramichi Lodge are selected based off of an emotional intelligence survey that assesses both their ability and desire to be a butterfly worker. From there, staff receive training. The training shifts away from the typical tick box training and focuses on the development of people's emotional intelligence. Staff are trained on delivering emotion-focused care that connects with people in a dignified and human way. Our butterflies strive to encourage a sense of freedom in the everyday lives of the people living on the Butterfly Homestead and remove any controlling or restrictive care.
The family-style dining has been the biggest improvement I can see with the residents. They sit longer in the dining room, they eat better, families sit with them, they chat amongst each other, which is something that didn't happen much before.
It's been wonderful to see how the philosophy of the butterfly model has really spilled into all aspects of care, including medication management, and we've really seen a decline in some medications and weaning medications as needed.
I would like to see the butterfly go through the whole building, because I've seen the changes down here, just how happier the residents are, how much they enjoy life, because it's more like their home. And that's our goal, is for it to be like you are at home.
We have the intention of making it full of clutter and full of things, because that's very purposeful for residents living with dementia. As their brain changes, so does their depth perception and the space around them. So to you and I, what we see right in front of us is very different from what they see. Colors that are very vibrant to us are not as bright to them. They need things to do and things to see and bright colors to stimulate their minds and keep them engaged. The residents are so engaged with the items that we have around the home area and all of the bright colors and scenes. They feel very at home. You'll often see a resident in the living room with their feet up, having a snooze and just feeling so comfortable. You'll see residents participating in the baby nursery area, folding baby clothes and rummaging through the kitchen items. Residents participate in home-like activities that they would have at home because it's stimulating them and those memories.
Hugs are important because the residents see us as their family or as their friends. So hugs are just as much important to us as it is to them because I love my residents like they are my grandma or my mom.
Leaving at the end of your shift and knowing that you made a difference in someone's day. You told a funny story to a resident, made them laugh. You danced to a golden oldie with a resident and made their day. Or you sat and had a cup of tea and a slice of cake with someone who hasn't eaten in days. But because you were there in the moment with them, it made a complete difference. And that's what meaningful care is.
My mom's been a resident at Miramichi for the past 2 years, and so I've seen the unit grow through the butterfly approach as they've instituted it over the last, especially year-and-a-half process. The general decor in the unit has changed to make it a much more homey feel. Some people think it's cluttered, but it's a reflection of where a lot of these people came from. For instance, come in here and look at bottles that some of them used to take to the store, etc., things like that.
As a nurse for 17 years, I found it hard to get out of my scrubs and to come into work in my street clothes and to feel somewhat, normal with them, as crazy as that sounds. I felt like as a nurse that I felt that they needed to recognize me as someone approaching them with their medications. I felt it was important for me to approach them in attire that they would recognize. But then I quickly discovered it's not that way. It's your approach. It's not what you're wearing, it's your approach. They are so much more engaged and so much more comfortable with our approach now as opposed to, the task-oriented focus of what things used to be.
We're less clinical. So instead of being, I'm a nurse or a PSW and you're like the patient, it's more like I'm your family member or I'm someone, you care about more than just a worker. So the residents would be more comfortable with us.
They are happier, they're healthier, they're thriving, they feel at home.
I'm just so happy for the residents and the staff that work here because they've truly been successful in this venture.